Due to the potential severity of the symptoms associated with hyperthyroidism, some people with such a condition wonder whether following a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol is safe. When I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune hyperthyroid condition, I honestly wasn't too concerned about the safety of natural treatment methods, but I wasn't sure how effective they would be. However, I also knew that conventional medical treatments for hyperthyroidism did absolutely nothing for the cause of the disorder. For example, antithyroid drugs typically do a good job of managing the symptoms of hyperthyroidism, but it is not a cure for the condition. Similarly, radioactive iodine therapy also does nothing for the actual cause of the thyroid disorder, as it simply damages or in some cases completely destroys the thyroid gland so that it no longer produces an excess amount of thyroid hormone. While I have no problem with a doctor recommending antithyroid drugs to temporarily manage the symptoms, I do think there is an issue when thousands of people are told to take a harsh treatment method like radioactive iodine when it is possible to restore their health back to normal. Sure, some people do need radioactive iodine therapy, but in most cases this treatment method should be a last resort. So when someone questions the safety of natural hyperthyroid treatment methods, I simply ask them how safe are conventional medical treatments that harm the thyroid gland, thus making someone hypothyroid for the rest of their lives. But still, people are understandably still skeptical of the unknown, and because of this, I think it's important to explain what the goal of any natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol is. Some people think that the goal of a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol is simply to use natural supplements and herbs to help manage the symptoms rather than prescription drugs, radioactive iodine, or thyroid gland surgery. While nutritional supplements and herbal remedies definitely can play a big role in such a protocol, the ultimate goal of natural treatment methods is to restore the function of the thyroid gland so that in the case of the person with hyperthyroidism, it will no longer produce an excess amount of thyroid hormone. What's important to understand is that in most thyroid conditions, the malfunctioning thyroid gland itself isn't the actual cause of the disorder. Despite this, conventional medical treatments are aimed at the gland itself, while the goal of natural hyperthyroid treatment methods is to treat the underlying cause of the thyroid condition. By treating the cause of the disorder, not only will it help with the symptoms, but it can also help to prevent future conditions from developing. When trying to self-treat your hyperthyroid condition, using a natural protocol can admittedly be somewhat risky. While there are plenty of books and websites with some great information that might help guide you, the truth is that everyone needs to be treated on an individual basis. In other words, not everyone with hyperthyroidism who wants to follow a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol will need to take the same nutritional supplements, same dosages, and so on. And as mentioned earlier, this does involve more than just taking supplements. Another challenge is that most people with a hyperthyroid condition, they don't know what the actual cause of their disorder is. Their condition can be caused by a compromised immune system, weak adrenal glands, a poorly functioning digestive system, or a hormonal imbalance. This is why it is recommended that anyone who is considering a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol consult with a holistic doctor that specializes in endocrine disorders. Sometimes the best option is to use both conventional and natural hyperthyroid treatment methods. For example, someone who wants to use natural treatment methods but has severe hyperthyroid symptoms might take antithyroid drugs to help manage the symptoms. Then once the symptoms are under control, they will wean off the drugs and begin a natural treatment protocol. Or some will do both at the same time, as while they are taking the antithyroid drugs, they will also begin doing some of the things that are required in a natural treatment protocol, such as eating better, perhaps taking some supplements, doing things to manage their stress, and so on. These, of course, are just examples and not suggestions as to what you should do. And if you do decide to mix both conventional and natural treatment methods, you of course should do so under the guidance of a competent doctor. It would be ideal to have your endocrinologist or primary care physician work with your natural endocrine doctor, although most non-holistic medical doctors won't be willing to work out such an arrangement. Before following a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol, most will want to have an idea as to how long it will take to see results. Those people looking for a quick cure will definitely be disappointed, as it will take some time to begin seeing a change in your symptoms, and of course will take longer to completely restore your health back to normal, assuming this is possible. When I began my natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol for my Graves' disease condition, it took a few weeks before I began noticing a difference in the symptoms. Now, this doesn't mean that they were completely eliminated, but my increased heart rate, palpitations, and shakiness all improved within a few weeks. Another symptom I had was a voracious appetite, and for some reason this took a few months before this was under control. In most cases, you could expect to see noticeable changes within a few weeks and for your symptoms to dramatically improve within 1 or 2 months of beginning a natural treatment protocol. In summary, in most cases, a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol is both a safe and effective method to both manage the symptoms of your thyroid condition and in many cases will restore your health back to normal without needing to take antithyroid drugs or receive radioactive iodine therapy. One way to look at it is that you really don't have much to lose by following a natural hyperthyroid treatment protocol, as you can always decide to take the drugs or receive radioactive iodine at a later time. Of course, many people do the opposite, as they take the antithyroid drugs and or receive radioactive iodine first, and then they eventually realize that these treatment methods didn't do anything for the actual cause of their disorder. As for whether natural hyperthyroid treatment methods can help you, just keep in mind that everyone is different, which of course means that not everyone will be an ideal candidate to receive these treatment methods. I will conclude this presentation by suggesting that anyone that has been diagnosed with hyperthyroidism at least consider speaking with a competent natural doctor, as it just might be possible to restore the function of your thyroid gland back to normal and not have to take antithyroid drugs or receive radioactive iodine therapy. While these treatment methods might do a good job in managing your symptoms, getting to the underlying cause of the problem can help prevent the development of other conditions in the future. And just remember that consulting with a natural doctor does not mean that you will be forced to choose a natural treatment protocol, but will simply give you more valuable information to help you make an informed decision so you won't have any regrets in the future. For more information on how to treat hyperthyroidism naturally, please visit naturalendocrinesolutions.com, where you can get a free guide entitled The 6 Steps on How to Treat Your Thyroid Condition Naturally. This guide contains 100% pure content and is not a sales pitch for any product or service. Thanks for watching this presentation.